welcome back to the Sound Advice Podcast. For years, I've been asking guitar players for tips and tricks and show me a riff and all that kind of stuff. Whenever I saw a guitar player, I would always try and quiz them up and get something out of them that I could take away, or just watch them and pay attention and do the same. But when I was asking these questions as a kid, I heard the same thing over and over again, which was the secret to good lead guitar playing is in the chords. And I never understood what that meant. It didn't make sense. You know, I knew that rhythm guitar players bought rhythm guitar books and they had chords and rhythm in, and lead guitar players bought lead guitar books and that had scales and picking and soloing in. So I didn't understand the correlation between the lead and the chords. Now, I'm a guitar teacher now, and one of the things that my students ask me a lot is what scale does my favourite guitar player use? So if, you know, a guy that likes Zakk Wylde, I'll ask me which scale Zakk Wylde uses. A guy that likes Slash will ask me which scale Slash uses. And that assumes that the scale stays the same that the guitar player is playing. It assumes that they play one scale over whatever's going on in the chords, and this is the mistake. This is what that whole kind of secret of the secrets in the chords means. So I'm going to show you this in an exercise. There's a worksheet that accompanies this exercise on the website, soundadvicepodcast.net. There's a link to it in the show notes, and there's also a link to it from the YouTube video. So we're going to, first of all, move the chords up to where the scale is. We're going to play an A minor chord at the 5th fret of the E string, like this. And we're going to play a D chord at the same 5th fret. I'm doing a little half bar with my 3rd finger, but you could quite easily use your 2nd, 3rd, and little finger and do the full bar. Either one of those is fine. And then the scale we're going to use is the A minor pentatonic. Now that we've got the two chords and we've got the scale that we're going to use, you might notice that there's one note that's in the D chord that's not in the scale. You see, all of the notes from the A minor chord, those are all in the scale. But when we play the D chord, there's this F sharp note on the B string, 7th fret. That's not in the scale. The G is, which is next to it, but the F sharp's not. So when we get to the D chord, we're going to change the G note. We're going to slide it down to an F sharp. So we're going to have this scale over the A, and then we're going to have this scale over the D. And that's just going to give you a very, very slightly different sound. Now, this isn't the big secret to the universe of lead guitar playing, but it's the beginning of that secret. The idea of changing the scale that you're playing to map the chord that's playing, I think, is one of the most powerful things that you can do as a lead player. And if you ignore this and you just carry on playing your scale boxes, you're always going to sound like a bedroom guitarist, and you're never going to make that leap to sounding like a more professional player. So I'm going to play some rhythm guitar and put a little bit of lead over the top using those scales over those two chords. I'll also make this rhythm guitar track available on the website so you can have a jam over it yourself. And just spend some time, get this exercise into your head, just start understanding the notion of following the chords, enjoy it, and I will see you next time.